Well, on the move and out of sight. That is the impact a new Florida law has had on the homeless in our state, according to homeless advocacy groups. The law limits where unhoused people can camp out. Organizations trying to help those in need say it's been harder to deliver services, which could get the homeless off the streets. WGCU's Eileen Kelley reports.
You got to have a survival mind every day.
Keith Fuller is resting in a downtown Fort Myers bus station, trying to keep warm. With no place to call home, he tries to find a place to sleep while avoiding the police that are located right across the street from the depot.
I've been like dodging them. At certain spots, I just wake up early in the morning, because there's just certain offices.
Advocates for the homeless found Fuller and invited him to be part of a survey that provides a snapshot of the amount of people who are unhoused at any given time. It's called a point-in-time count, conducted for the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The more people counted, the more money the federal government sends to the area's homeless coalitions. Despite just taking 5 minutes, fewer people are willing to participate in the survey this year.
We're doing the point-in-time count for the homeless nationwide today. Can we count you today?
Prefer not.
Come on, bro, let me help you.
Last year, legislators passed Florida House Bill 1365. It prohibits local governments from allowing unauthorized camping or sleeping on public property. This increases the likelihood of more arrests and citations, so more people are afraid.
The first thing that we have been talking to our volunteers that are going out and counting is, please, first and foremost, tell them I'm not here from the government.
Critics of the new law say it doesn't address the root cause of homelessness. According to Michael Overway, who leads both Lee and Collier County's homeless coalitions, the new law has been a deterrent in trying to assist those in need.
But a lot of folks refused to survey because they felt that we were from the government, right? And they were interviewing around the new law. That's what they kept referring to. So it's been a tough couple of weeks already for the homeless count.
That hasn't stopped outreach workers from searching bus stops, parking lots, and bridge culverts for the unhoused. They provide bus passes, backpacks, and brochures regarding homeless services available in the area. Right now, neither Lee nor Collier counties offer homeless shelters, making life for those who are unhoused even more difficult.
They know the shift change, they know where they have to be, what area they can be without getting harassed or in trouble. And I think they're trying to stay as mobile as possible, but within the resource area that they know where they can get a hot meal or they can talk to other people or feel safe.
More than 31,000 people experienced homelessness on any given night in Florida last year. That according to a report by Florida's Council on Homelessness. Joining us now is Leanne Cecino, the Executive Director of the Florida Coalition to End Homelessness. Welcome, Leanne. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
So we spoke earlier and you told me that you had the chance to speak to the lawmaker who sponsored this legislation, HB 1365, and you actually believe that the intention behind the law is in the right place. How so?
Well, I don't think anybody wants to have people experiencing homelessness sleeping on the street. We certainly don't either. So, getting them off the street is a priority or should be a priority. And I think that was the intention, to get people off the street as quickly as possible.
So, Leanne, when we spoke earlier, you said that this law was aimed at trying to resolve a concerning problem, an expensive problem for the state of Florida, regarding a group called the $1 Million Murrays. What does that term mean?
Okay, so our chronically homeless individuals, now we're talking about and that term is often used derogatory. So chronically homeless individuals are persons who are both disabled and have been homeless for over a year. So we call them $1 Million Murrays. $1 Million Murrays are people who high cost, in and out of jails, in and out of the emergency room, have significant health and or mental health issues, right? They're coming in and out of the hospital and they're not able to get into housing because of that. So we call them $1 Million Murrays because they will cost the community a lot of money. They will, we call them high cost, right? High cost, high need individuals. And so those individuals really need to be off the street as quickly as possible.
Now, you told me, though, while we think that that is the most typical scenario for folks on the street, that's really not the case. So what is, the more typical profile for someone who's unhoused?
So one of the largest groups of people experiencing homelessness is the 55 and up age group. We have only 20% are actually that chronically homeless individual. So 80% of them are not disabled, haven't been homeless for more than a year. I think that there's a misconception that everybody who's sleeping on the street is mentally ill or have substance abuse issue. And the truth of the matter is that most people with mental illness or substance abuse are not homeless. And the majority of people who are homeless don't have those problems. So I think it's an important thing to realize that even though this law was focused on the chronically homeless, getting those individuals off the street, we're not talking about just that population that is actually homeless on the street.
Leanne Cicino, we so appreciate your time. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much.